I'm Savanna, and today I'm going to be teaching you about vital signs. This is my horse Bo and my handler Casey, and the first vital sign that we're going to go over is the horse's overall health. He looks shiny and fat, and he's pretty happy. This is his normal attitude, so looks like he's pretty healthy. Look at Bo's mucous membranes. Those can be found in the conjunctiva of his eye or on his gums. They should be pink and moist, and we'll look at them right now. His are pretty pink and very moist. Some abnormalities can be pale, which is an indication of shock, bluish or purple, which is an indication of a lack of oxygen, red, which is a sign of fever or infection, or yellow, which could lead to jaundice. Next, we're going to check Bo's capillary refill time. This is a test for hydration. What you're going to do is press your finger on the horse's gum, and it should fill back up the color in 1 to 2 seconds. His filled back up pretty quickly, which shows that he is hydrated. The next test is called the skin pinch test, and this is also a test for hydration. Bo is young, so his skin should snap right back into place. What you're going to do is pinch the skin and let it go. It should go back in 1 to 2 seconds if the horse is hydrated. If it doesn't go back in 1 to 2 seconds, it could be an indication that your horse is old and his skin pliability is not as good as it used to be, or that he's dehydrated. Next, we're going to find Bo's pulse. This can be found at the maxillary artery or the radial artery. We're going to use the maxillary artery right now to find his pulse. It's right here under the chin. You kind of want to feel around for it, and then once you have it, you'll have someone time you for 10 seconds and count how many beats you can feel. Bo's pulse is 36 beats per minute, which is in the normal range of 32 to 44 beats per minute. The next place to find Bo's pulse is the radial artery, which is located on the inside of the knee, right here. You want to feel around until you can kind of feel the structure and get a pulse. Sometimes you may be able to find a digital pulse if the horse has a problem in its foot. You can find that right around here or up here. We can't feel it on Bo because he has a healthy foot. If you can feel a digital pulse, that sometimes is a sign of a hot nail or a abscess or founder. But since Bo's healthy, we do not feel a pulse. To find Bo's heart rate, we're going to use a stethoscope, and we're going to place it on his heart girth behind his elbow right here. And the heart rate should be the same as the horse's pulse. To demonstrate how to find Bo's heart rate, the first thing I'm going to do is have someone time me for 10 seconds, and I'm going to count how many beats I hear, and then multiply that by 6 to get the heart rate for a minute. I also counted 6 beats in 10 seconds, which tells me that Bo's heart rate is 36 beats per minute, which is well within the healthy range of 32 to 44 beats per minute. A horse's normal respiration rate is 8 to 16 breaths per minute. We're going to watch Bo's flank right here to see how many times he breathes in for 15 seconds and multiply that by 4. We want to make sure that we don't watch his nose, as he could be sniffing something, and that is not a good indicator of how many breaths he takes. So you're going to watch this flank area and see how many times it moves in and out within 15 seconds. I counted 3 breaths in 15 seconds, and 3 times 4 is 12, so that's 12 breaths per minute, which is well within the normal rate. The next vital sign we're going to talk about is gut sounds. You need to make sure that you listen to gut sounds in all 4 quadrants of the horse, the top and bottom on both sides. This can be an indicator if your horse has a problem in their GI tract. You want to hear a constant grumble when you listen for gut sounds. If you hear pinging or rushing water, that can mean that the gut is hypermodal. If you hear nothing, then that can mean that there's an impaction. Now I'm going to demonstrate how you listen to gut sounds. You always want to make sure you're facing the horse's back legs so that you can see them in case they try and kick you, and that your handler is on the same side as you. You want to lay your ear on the upper quadrant and listen, and the lower quadrant, and you want to do this on both sides. So Bo has gut sounds in all 4 quadrants, which means his GI tract is healthy. The last vital sign we're going to take is Bo's temperature. I need a couple supplies for this. These are 2 thermometers that you can use. This is a mercury thermometer, and this is a digital thermometer. The digital thermometer tends to run a little bit lower, so if you get a really low temperature with this, don't be surprised, just use a mercury thermometer. The next supply we have is petroleum jelly. This is going to act like a lubricant. When we insert the thermometer into the horse's rectum. And the last thing is a towel that I'm going to use to wipe the jelly off so that I can read the temperature. I'm going to demonstrate how you take the horse's temperature. I have some petroleum jelly on my hand and I'm going to put it on the thermometer and click the button to turn on the digital thermometer. When you insert this into the horse's rectum, you want to make sure you stand off to the side so they don't kick you, and you're going to insert it slowly and angle it towards the rectal wall so that you get the actual temperature of the horse and not the temperature of the horse's manure. When you hear the thermometer beep, that means that you have the temperature. Beau's temperature is 99.3, which is a little below the healthy range of 99.5 to 101.5, but since this is a digital thermometer, we do expect it to be a little bit low. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to use a mercury thermometer. You want to make sure you shake it way down to below 93 degrees, and then you want to add petroleum jelly on it. And again, you're going to insert it into the horse's rectum and angle it towards the rectal wall. This thermometer must stay in for 2 minutes, and you can clip it to the tail so that the horse doesn't swish it out. 2 minutes have passed, so we're going to wipe off the thermometer and look at it, making sure we don't touch the end to change the temperature. And it looks like Beau's temperature is 99.7, which is within the healthy range. Thank you for watching my vital signs video.